Nashville plays it along the back line. Ken Tribbett, we know him from his time with Penn FC and Penn FC's former name, the Harrisburg City Islanders. Deep one here down the left channel. Washington causing trouble, but he can't keep it in. It's a goal kick for the Hounds. They thought maybe that the whistle had sounded. Forbes trying to navigate through that labyrinth over there. 3 Nashville players surrounding him. And anniversary coming up, the Hounds' first ever match back in the A-League, as it was called, the second tier. That occurred on May 1st, 1999, and there'll be a special showing of the match. Patrick McCarthy, a local sports historian. Combination play, slid it through, turning Rios, and Greenspan just in the nick of time.
Nice passing in the triangle on the outside on the right side there, and that set it up for Rios, who was almost there for his
turns out. Cameron Lancaster, great story, 26-year-old from London. Technically, he's on loan from Nashville's MLS team, which hasn't started yet. It starts next year. Dabo misfired on, that must be the one shot they have, not on goal though.
Right.
Velarde trying to get around.
I wonder if that's had any impact on the change of formation from the coach, because as I said, you know, they were doing very well, very expansive football, and as I said, maybe that one change just break things up on the edge of the box, and that's where Nashville look really like menacing right now.
Bourgeois across to Doyle. Doyle, the native of the Isle of Man. It's the first time in own loss on the season so far. Woodbine for Lewis. He's looking to run straight through. Doyle denies him, and now this. Davis switches the flanks for King. Back to Bourgeois. Texas native. Played 22, started 22 of the 24 matches he appeared in last season for Gap.
This is good play by the Battery. Rather than chase something that wasn't quite on, they're happy to go back and rework it again.
Doyle comes through. Lagrassa for the aerial. Schuett brings it down for the home side. Lewis is there to pick up the second ball. You could see his thoughts looking for Higashi. 25th anniversary at the club last year, over 200 career wins. Absolutely pivotal part of all the success that the Charleston Battery has had over the years. Made the playoff, had a spell at Jacksonville Armada before signing for Charleston. Here's Doyle. Davis. Schuett on the chase. Malone.
Offset the minute. I'm sure that will change. I mean, he's one that can come to life at any time in the game.
I mentioned in the first half, had a stellar season with North Carolina FC last year. This year.
At 5'10" with his hands up, and it's something that the Battery's going to have to sort out, because that's the second time now in the last couple he's peeled onto that far post. This is a great ball here.
Doyle reads it well on this season.
They do a great job defensively. You know, as I said, they've definitely come out this year and played more entertaining soccer than certainly they did last year. And I think that's down to the individual players that they have.
Header won by Muckett. Jim running on. Doyle into the attacking half. Spun wide by Rios. Davis.
And it's much harder to sing the blues in a soccer stadium as a supporter group. Memphis to truly create some scoring opportunities. Cannot continue to give those. Because that was the St. Louis. Interesting to see here, John, with Rapapa Mensah and Alan Wynn both in the game now. You bring out Lebo Maloto and Tucker Heem, two guys that were incredibly active for the first 60, 65 minutes or so. What does the change of dynamic look like for Coach Smith at the top? Two guys that are very capable, obviously. Wynn excellent at creating, Mensah excellent at finishing.
They've picked out Ropapa Mensah. One by Doyle. Just seconds remaining now.
All right, let's get to the Ottawa Fury keys to victory.
Well, 3 keys for a Fury FC victory in their 2019 home opener. Key number 1.
A run from Carl Howarth, though, inside the Nashville half. Works his way towards the penalty area. Howarth still going, and finally, he is stripped of possession. Comes to foul. Good ball. Cristiano Francois tries to put it over the defender Doyle, and he didn't bite Francois. He's been a ball-winning force in midfield for Ottawa as Howarth moves it ahead for Francois. And this will be an Ottawa throw. Tucker Hume into the middle, read well by Ward.
Fantastic touch.
And Ottawa wins possession. Manella trying to spring the speedy Cristiano Francois and forces Nashville into conceding a throw. Couldn't turn Dixon inside out, and Dixon will play this ahead for Cristiano Francois. 2 yellow shirts in his vicinity. You have to give Nashville.
It allows them to open up those dangerous channels more and insert themselves. And look at Howarth, Francois, Oliveira, very dangerous players, but they're much smaller players than the defenders that they're playing against. It's being the right back. He's also one of the assistant coaches for Nashville as well. He's 34, so you're talking about 4 players with extensive experience and size in that back.
It was during the '94 World Cup watching Roberto Baggio. I love players that make the game look easy, that play the game intelligently. I think that to me is what
made more difficult, you would say, by the conditions tonight. That over-the-top ball skipping to the goalkeeper as opposed to holding up into the path of an oncoming attack.
It's just unreliable, right? You can't find out exactly where the pockets of water are. We've got a beautiful pitch right here that we're looking at with Nashville.
USL Cup, Indy 11 included, struggled in their opening matches. Indy 11 falling 2-1 to St. Louis, a game in which they led 1-0 on the road before conceding twice in the second half.
It's a lovely ball by Doyle.
It's a real sophisticated build-up for Nashville. Lancaster able to turn, lines up a drive. Bustamante. Loudon eager to build from the back. As is Nashville. Eddie Camp from the defensive end. Capable feet. LC Academy products. Scored 1 goal in his senior year at Penn State. And now making his professional debut.